We're joined today by UT Dallas head women's soccer coach Kanute Drugan. Coach Drugan heading into his 7th season with the Comets. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm enjoying this.
The 2020 fall was thrown up in the air, and now we're going to try to play in the springtime. No national tournament. We are going to have a conference title this spring, hopefully. Talk about some adjustments that your team and your coaching staff has had to go through between the fall and the spring to get your Comets focused on the season.
Well, everything's been thrown upside down. 27 years in the NCAA as a head coach, and never seen anything like this. Nobody has, and we've had to reconstruct everything. How we approach what we can cover in practice. All the interruptions that have occurred, get started, shut down, get started, shut down, then delayed till now, and finally getting cranked up, ready to go. So everything's changed. It's nothing. I could make it pretty programmatic over these last 26 years. Now all of a sudden it's like start from scratch. So it's been a challenge, but it's been kind of fun. And I think it's also, been enlightening too. And some things I'll take with me forward into the future.
Another 15-win season a year ago, conference semifinals, a great run in 2019. You bring back some talented players from that squad, 5 of which who were named All-Conference, 3 were All-Region. I want to start by talking about an All-American for your program from 2 seasons ago in Keeley Fillman, missed part of last year due to the injury. Talk about Keeley Fillman and what you're going to expect from her as a senior in the middle of your lineup.
Keeley, first of all, that was a substantial injury. The fact that this girl's back and playing at all, I'm so proud of her. And now she's also a senior and a captain, and the leadership she's providing for the team in a calm and mature way we got a lot of freshmen, and it calms them down. But she's worked tremendously hard. Keeley always made a huge investment in the off season, but she doubled down on that this season just so she could be finishing out this career. And I believe had she not got injured in that 6th game last year, we played 21, she would have been an All-American. She was well on her way to being an All-American the second time. But we're hoping that she can recover to that capacity this year. We're excited for Keeley.
She's not alone in the midfield. You got some extreme depth right there in the midfield. I want to talk about Sophia Munoz as well, a 2-time All-Region player for you. She's back in that midfield as well with Keeley Fillman. Talk about Sophia Munoz and how she can work alongside of Keeley, working more offensive than defensive potentially.
She is going to bring that to that position right there, that offensive attacking role. She did that as a freshman for reasons that would benefit our team. We moved her to forward. Sophia is very versatile. I could probably play her anywhere but goalkeeper. And she's so fast and talented. So being able for Keeley Fillman to be able to partner with Sophia Munoz as the 2 attacking mids for us, that makes for a dynamic duo, just to use a phrase. But I mean, truly the word dynamic is the emphasis there. Sophia's going to be able to cover more ground. She's going to attract more defenders. She's going to free things up for Keeley. Keeley's going to do the same for her. And then Sophia, with her forward instincts as well as her attacking mid instincts, she's going to get up and get in the final third.
One other player I want to discuss, and she was a great transfer find for you last year up front on the forwards, Rana Hussein, a goal scorer for you as a transfer sophomore. She's back for her junior year. Want to borrow your term, she was a dynamic player for you as a newcomer last year. Talk about her role this year in her 2nd year in the Drugan program.
I'm very excited to have Rana back for a 2nd year and beyond. I mean, if with the COVID waiver now that the NCAA has offered, if I'm blessed, maybe we'll get to her for 2 more years instead of just 1. We're asking Rana to take on a different role this year too. She played out wide last year, and now this year with Stephanie White gone at that center forward position, we're slotting Rana in there, and it's a different look for the opponent than Stephanie White provided. But Rana's going to cause havoc. And a lot of Rana's goals came from just muscling and hustling past people bigger and taller than her and getting her head on a ball and popping it in the net in front of the net. And so this puts her in a better position to be able to do things like that. But and that triangle that forms between Rana and Keeley and Sophia, that's a pretty powerful triangle. We're really excited to have Rana back.
Want to touch quickly on the goalkeeper situation. You bring back an all-conference keeper in Morgan Sherman, but you've got some depth back there. You've got more than one option. Morgan is the starter coming back for this year. But talk about Morgan. Talk about the depth you have back there to have the luxury of having 4 keepers on your roster.
Yeah, that's a nice luxury to have, especially since, any of the 4 keepers could start. My goalkeeper coach and I had a little meeting earlier today, and we were trying to figure out how to use this and that in different looks and against different teams and things like that. It doesn't matter who we start. We're going to be good in that position. Morgan, on the other hand, has lots of experience. She's an all-conference keeper. I felt like she was in the run for a all-region spot last year too, and so we're pretty thrilled to have her minding the nets for us. And she's such a good communicator and organizer, and she's got so much confidence, and that projects forward to the team. There's just a lot of intangibles for Morgan that benefit our team, but along with the talent and skill part that she has.
Yeah, you look up and down the roster, you see so many returning faces, you see so many talented players, but you've got to be excited about some of the new players coming in. We've talked before about some of the new dynamic players you're bringing in, some freshmen, some transfers. How excited are you about the depth you have on your team this year, including those freshmen and transfers?
Well, excitement, I think goes beyond excitement. I don't know what the word is beyond that, but thrilled or whatever. But we have some depth this year that we have not had in my time here, and it's young. We also acquired a transfer, a D1 transfer that from Missouri State, Josie Meeks. And these freshmen and her have added a new element. Practice is different. It's a much more enthusiastic, exciting practice because so many good things are happening. And it raises the bar competitively too. So there's that issue as well. And people are making a better investment towards an outcome that, towards our mission. And that depth, these freshmen, there's 8 freshmen that are competing for starting positions, 8 or 9, 3 of them probably going to land one. And then, Josie's probably going to land one as well. So that's going to make a big difference for us.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for making some time for us today and joining us. The Comets open up their new season February 13th at Laterno, play an ASC East schedule before hopefully getting a chance to host the ASC tournament later this spring if they win the division. Good luck this season, Coach.
Thank you, David. Thanks for your time with me today.